Joining us now is musicologist Eric Alper and On the Record. And Eric, I just cannot believe that Bob Geldof didn't love that song.
Yeah, you know,
who has a hit song that they don't love?
A lot of people. Sometimes when you're an artist and you write a song, sometimes it takes you 10 minutes and sometimes it takes you years. But sometimes you get to the point where day after day and night after night, for years and years and years, you're singing this song in concert, you're mocking it and lip syncing it on video. Sometimes you just get really bored of that song. And sometimes at the very beginning, you hate that song. In the case of Bob Geldof, he is responsible for two of the biggest selling songs of all time. Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas? And then the offshoot of that was USA for Africa's We Are the World. He says that every single Christmas time he walks into any store and they're playing that song and he's sick of it. He loves the fact that it helped raise tens of millions of dollars for people in need, but he just cannot stand those two songs, and he said that he is responsible for the two worst written songs in music history. It might take a lot of money for Madonna to admit the fact that she can't get her virginity back again, but if you go to see her in concert, no matter how much you pay, you may never hear her sing Holiday or Like a Virgin again. She said that she is so sick of those songs that it would cost at least $30 million for somebody to pay her to sing those songs again. So here you go, another case of singers not liking their biggest hits.
Wasn't a bad song. A Flock of Seagulls. Amazing hairdos, though.
Amazing, right? I like that. That's A Flock of Seagulls, and I ran, of course, in the 1980 kind of one-hit wonders. I remembered for two things, that song and that hairdo. Well, lead singer Mike Score hates them both. He says that song and the hairdo owned him rather than he was owning the song and the hairdo. In fact, later on, after that song became a hit, he shaved off his hair in order to not being asked all the time questions about that hairdo, which was kind of like a duck front style.
His hairdos have nothing on Christine and my hairdos over the years. Come on. You see those hairdos in the 80s and the early 90s that we used to sport?
Yeah, we had a hairdresser who gave us
your perm
my perm highlights, right. And then the hair got to be the color of the highlights. Eventually, at some point, I think I was brassy. Brassy. I was copper colored.
I don't think anybody has ever walked into a hairdresser and say, "Can you make it a little bit more brassy?"
Maybe Chrissy Hines.
Yeah. Little ditty about Jack and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jackie gonna be a football star. Diane's debutante backseat of Jackie's car.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's a little ditty about Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp. And
this is a song people sing in the shower forever.
Forever. And I don't know if there's been two people in music history that was created that was so popular, but John Cougar Mellencamp says that there's been this little bit of romanticism about Jack and Diane. He doesn't think that they ended the relationship off so well in the sunset as the song would have it. But he also says that it's been able to afford him a great deal of many cars and houses, so he can't stay too mad. Little pink houses for you and me.
I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe be the one that saves me. And after all,
I would love to quote word for word what Liam Gallagher, the lead singer of Oasis, has to say about this hit, because he hates it so much the next 5 minutes would be one long bleep. But essentially, he hates the fact that in America, even though that in the UK and Canada, they have many, many, many hits with tens of millions of albums sold, in America, this is the only song that they're known for. So people would come up to him saying, hey, aren't you Mr. Wonderwall? And it drives him up the wall. So if you ever want to get Liam Gallagher mad or get punched in the nose, just say that to him.
And we do have to keep this in perspective. These are first world problems, right?
These are very much first world problems that have probably paid for a lot of alimony for a lot of these singers and more.
Well, thank you very much, Eric, and we will chat with you next week, of course. Eric Alper is brought to you by Roar Records. Download the new single Rise. It's based on the heroic story of Olympian and Pan Am medalist Jessica Phoenix. You can get it everywhere.